we are going to be talking about reclaiming identity as a way of preventing substance abuse. And my take is this. For a very long time, we have played defensive, where we have waited for something to go wrong and then begin to point at one another and then think about rehabilitation as a solution. But society continues to happen. Those of us who live in Kenya, you know matatus. If you take a matatu today and watch the kind of music, especially if it's a matatu that has, they call them nganya, with videos, you will be surprised at the kind of content that these people are watching. So we are having a real fight with the media. We are having a real fight with social media. Our best bet for winning this fight is then to play offensive and strengthen our young people. There's a category of people who completely have lost themselves. They don't have any emotional capacity to handle the issues of life. They don't have any mental capacity, not that they were not bright. What we need by the grace of God is to take us to the fourth category of people where we do have a sense of identity, our mental capacity is good, our emotional capacity is good, and we are able to operate in creativity, in innovation, and that is God's design and desire for each one of us. So this gives us a conversation so that even as we talk about substance abuse, we are then not going to blame our family members. We can see that it is a menace and each and every one of us deals with it differently. It is the struggles that we go through in the journey of life. What causes these four categories of people? And right there on the external, you begin to see the body, our life experiences, what you went through, what you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you feel, what you smell. What was the sum total of your life experiences? Whether you know it or not, it does affect the way your emotion. And that's why for some people, then they begin to die emotionally, numbed by the pain, numbed by the hurt, numbed by the failure, numbed by the disappointment. And now this can begin to tell you why we are struggling with drug and alcohol in this age. It used to be in the 80s and 90s, many of us gave our lives to Christ. Many of us ran to religion. Many of us got saved, and we were not necessarily wrong. But we were trying to answer a deeper need of the spirit. Unfortunately, the church did not address the soul. So yes, we filled churches. Yes, we danced. Yes, we gave our lives to Christ, and yes, we will make it to heaven. But our earthly experience becomes a challenge. That, brothers and sisters, is the problem that we are facing in our society today. How then do we solve the problem? What is the journey to recovery? What is the place of the church? What is the place of religion? What is the place of spirituality? There is hope. Now, God's perfect plan is that your spirit should be able to communicate with the Spirit of God. It should be that your spirituality, and that's where your identity is, should be stronger than what is going on around you. Now, when you see someone has completely gone down in alcohol, in drugs, it just simply means that person lost their sense of identity. And that's why today we are talking about reclaiming identity. And that gives us a fighting chance, brothers and sisters. It is not all lost. If we can remember, forget the alcoholic that you're thinking about. It could even be you. If you could remember your identity, it doesn't matter how many lost years you have, you can still be able to rise up and make it in the journey of life. And so you will realize that our first port of call is to remind you, who are you? Who are you? Forget what the world told you. Forget what your world experiences made you feel. Forget what maybe society and systems and structures told you. But who are you? And I want to encourage you. It's embedded deep within you. If only you can remember. So the first thing that we must remind you is your identity. Then secondly, we must also go back and begin to interrogate what happened somewhere along the way that you stopped believing in yourself. You're talking about the healing journey. If we only talk about healing, but we don't talk about someone's identity, we are not giving someone enough capacity to be able to fight. And now, because that person can remember their identity, they can begin then to regain their mental faculty again. We have found solutions. But sometimes, because it seems to negate the place of our spirituality and the Word of God, the way we understand it, it makes us feel a little lost. The solution is still in the Bible. And so there is the place of then beginning to regain the capacity of your mind to function at its best. Why? You are remembering who you are. You are getting emotionally healed. And therefore it becomes easier because you're not looking for someone that is out there. You're looking for someone inside of you. And that should give you hope. The capacity for you to be able to fight this battle is for your spirit to be so enabled and your soul to be so enabled that then you can fight the fleshly desires. Because alcohol, drugs, any form of addiction, pornography, all these things is because the flesh, the body, has been given so much power over the soul. So the body is the one that is pulling the soul instead of the spirit pulling the soul. So if you can strengthen your spirit, if your soul finds healing, what then happens? It becomes then easier because the two now can be able to fight and help you to fight the third battle, which is the battle against the flesh. Does this give you hope for your brothers, for your sisters, for your children, for our society? I have seen, by the grace of God, people overcome addiction. I want us to know that we are not going to say that we are going to pray and lay on hands. We are going to take it a step further. We're going to understand the place of our soul. And we are going to win the battle against the flesh. To be able to help other people take this journey, I have written a book, Power Your Vision. And the reason I wrote this book is because I recognize that when life happens, like it happened for Patrick, it just means that his vision is gone. So when I wrote Power Your Vision, it's about your vision coming alive. You can find Power Your Vision for grown-ups and Power Your Vision for teens and young adults at Keswick Center, Nuria Textbook Center, Keswick, and all major bookshops. And I just want to tell you, this is not me selling. This is me believing that we can rise again.